as I navigate life, I have had to learn that individual friends come and go, politicians will come and go, people will disappoint you, and sometimes alliances shift.
The moment Brett Cooper left the channel, it didn't just slow down, it imploded, and it imploded badly. How bad? Imagine a rocket ship that just suddenly crashes into the ground and bursts into flames. That's the comment section without Brett. I'm talking view counts plummeting from millions to barely scraping 100,000. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of subscribers vanishing like they were never there. It was not a soft landing, it was a dramatic and sudden nosedive. The comment section, once a place of thoughtful discussion, is now filled with angry fans calling out the new host, expressing their disappointment, and saying that they only tune in to see what a mess the Daily Wire made of this channel. It went from a thriving community to a ghost town overnight. The question is, why? What happened? Well, to understand the implosion, we need to understand who Brett Cooper was and why she was so important to the channel's success. Brett wasn't just some talking head. She was the personality behind the comment section. She had a unique ability to take really complex issues and break them down in a way that was easy to understand and really engaging for her audience. She wasn't afraid to share her own opinions, which was also really important to her viewers. She was, for a lack of a better term, the secret sauce that made the whole thing work. She had this way of connecting with the audience that made them feel like they were part of a community, and it's what made people tune in every week to see what she would say about a specific topic. She was young, articulate, and sharp, and was able to bring in the masses. The comment section grew to a whopping 4 million subscribers, and had view counts that most channels can only dream about. She was also able to grow her own platform and brand that was separate from Daily Wire, which was key to people viewing the channel as a brand created by a single person. She wasn't just delivering news, she was delivering herself, and people loved her for it. She had the white microphone, the white headphones, and built this very specific vibe, and she had total ownership over her brand and channel. She was the second or third biggest channel on the Daily Wire behind Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson, so people have noticed this huge drop in viewership. Now, when she left, they thought they could just put anyone in her place, and the channel would continue to thrive. And the moment they did, everyone saw how wrong that was. Here's the next piece of the puzzle. Daily Wire, instead of finding a new personality, decided to try and replace her with a carbon copy. And their choice? Brett's producer and close friend, Reagan. Now, at first, they said it was because Brett was getting married, moving to a farm, and doing other things. Many people had thought she was being replaced so she could focus on her life and not her career. Then things got weird. The internet started buzzing with rumors that Reagan was actually getting acting lessons to mimic Brett's mannerisms and her entire persona. This is a huge red flag. I mean, come on, this isn't a movie set. This is YouTube. You can't just replace a person's personality with someone else, and people can smell a fake from a mile away. This is also where things get even weirder. Social media ghosting started happening as Brett started unfollowing Daily Wire and her best friend, Reagan. She took down all photos with Reagan and Jeremy Boring, and just seemed to want to remove herself from any ties to Daily Wire. It seemed more like a declaration than a departure, and that set off even more red flags among the viewers of the channel. It was like she hit the delete button on all of her digital ties to the company. This wasn't a normal ending to a working relationship. These social media unfollows really raised suspicions among viewers, because people usually don't leave a company or work relationship like that unless something major happened. They were a sign that this wasn't just a simple career change for Brett, but that something was wrong, and that she wasn't happy about the way things went down. The fact that she unfollowed her best friend, Reagan, sent many messages to viewers, and it was pretty clear that they were no longer on good terms with each other. Then the speculation started. Was Brett forced out? Did they not give her the raise she wanted? Was the entire move not amicable? And the people who were left to take over the channel were suddenly not a fan favorite and started getting hate in the comment section. This was all before Reagan was even given the chance to start doing the actual shows, but the internet had already decided their opinions on what was happening. And the moment she went on screen, everyone confirmed their suspicions. People also pointed to the fact that on Brett's last day, when her viewers jokingly suggested she wore blue if she was being forced to leave, that she actually wore blue, which also made everyone question how amicable this was, And then the comments and the view numbers started to do the talking. The new comment section, with Reagan as the host, was a total disaster. I am not even exaggerating here. View counts dropped to record lows, and the comments were brutal. People were not holding back, calling Reagan an imposter and a copycat, saying she had terrible acting, and they missed Brett. It wasn't a case of people getting used to the change. They were actively rejecting it, and were making sure to express this in the comments. It was like people came to the comments section to roast the channel and not watch the actual videos. It was like people were actively rebelling against the change, and it showed in the views and in the negative energy that the new channel received. The fans didn't just miss Brett's perspective. They missed her personality, and the connection she had with them. They were tuning in to see their favorite YouTube personality, and the moment they took that away, the audience was gone. The audience made it clear that they didn't want to see the imitation, they wanted to see the real thing, and they wanted Brett back. And as the views continued to drop, it was clear that the channel, as they knew it, was dead. Then, adding fuel to the fire, Brett gives a speech at Turning Point USA a few weeks later. Now, this speech wasn't explicitly about the Daily Wire, but it was pretty clear what she was talking about. She said things like, alliances shift, and people you trust might fall short, which seemed to have directly correlated to what happened with her former best friend, Reagan, and Daily Wire. It was a really intense personal speech, talking about standing firm in your beliefs and not letting others control you. It was like she was directly talking about her situation with the Daily Wire, without having to mention them directly. It was like she was letting her fans know that she was wronged and wasn't happy with the situation, and that she would not be silenced. It was like a wink to the audience, a sign that she knew what was going on, and that she was not happy with it. It was a secret message in the midst of a fairly public event. So where did the Daily Wire go wrong? They completely underestimated the importance of personality in the new media landscape.